Hi Sabine, we're gonna try and get this going one more time. Um, I'm gonna do the adjustment for your whirl at the end first and explain that first. Then I'll explain how to solve the issues with the mother of all. Um, Part of the reason you may be having issues with the mother of all and it wobbling is the fact that both the post and the mother of all are new wood. And the nature of wood, when you cut it, it will absorb or let off moisture. It'll change with the humidities in different households, and that may be why it's not working for you right. I'm going to show you how to do simple adjustments that will make it work right for you. If the simple adjustments don't work, I'll show you how to shim it. If at all possible, we want to avoid shimming it, because once you start shimming it, then you have to continue shimming it for the rest of the life of the wheel. I have several antique wheels that have shims over here, but that's just because they're so old that the wood has dried out more. You do not want to put a screw through or a nail through here into this to hold it solid, because it will not allow you to adjust for alignment. This one I've got set. It's actually worse off than yours is. It's rubbing so bad that it's actually not even allowing the flyer to move, or just barely allowing the flyer to move. It's a simple fix. It's not a difficult one. Take the front maiden, turn it clockwise. So this way, not the reverse way. I'll allow a little bit of room. Then take the rear maiden again, turn it the same direction. It will shift over somewhat, and you can now see there's room here. Before, now we're losing it. Before that, there was no room. It was rubbing up against. Give it some room. Give this a twist, and now there's room. Catch my dry band before it gets worse. There we go. Oh, come on. Go on. No, you're not gonna. There we go. Okay, one of the reasons you don't want to do it is because you want to be able to adjust for alignment. Sometimes in the winter, when the wood dries out, because the air is drier, the uprights shift back and forth, or it's summer and it's humid and they'll shift again. You want to be able to adjust your wheel for different seasons. Different wheels are different. If you look here, I turn it this way, and the strings go off to the side. They're not lined up anymore with the drive wheel. You want it lined up, or it's just going to throw the drive band off. So you want to do it here. If you go this way, it comes over towards this side of the drive wheel. You want it somewhat centered. You want it to come straight down the groove in the drive wheel, straight to the front maiden. Oops, my thing is slipping. Straight to where the whorls are on the bobbin and the flyer whirl. losing my thought. With yours, I did not go all the way through with this post, but it's the same principle all the same. The post is actually a tapered post. On yours it is tapered as well. This one, you can see somebody nailed it in there. I had to take those nails out because the alignment was off. This hole here underneath is also a tapered hole. It fits onto here. If you just kind of put it on, it goes like this and it wobbles. It's very loose, very easy. any adjustment you do is then going to affect your alignment. This one would probably spin not bad with it, but you can see it shifts as it's spinning. And it's shifting so much that it's pretty soon going to throw its drive band. So then you take it, put it to approximately parallel or at a right angle to your table. Yours is set, and when I built it, it's at a right angle is where I drilled the hole, and it sits well there. The alignment is good there. It may shift over time and with the different seasons. You want to take that and you want to actually push it down quite hard, as far as it will go. It should actually be resting. This one doesn't have a collar, but it should actually be resting on top of that collar that is around the hole. Okay? It should be in contact with it. If it is not, it's not pushed down far enough. You can take a rubber mallet and tap it down. You can also take, if you don't have a rubber mallet, take a wood block, a piece of wood, and use a regular hammer to tap it down. You don't want to use a regular hammer straight onto this, because it will dent the wood and you'll leave a mark on your wood. But if you take just a block of wood, put it on top, and then tap on it, that will push it down too. It's on there good and solid. With this one, when the alignment is right, this portion of the mother of all is actually closer to the nose than this portion of the mother of all. This portion of the mother of all is further back. So it's at a slight angle to the table. That's what is a good alignment for this wheel. Different wheels have different alignments, partially because this wheel is more than 100 years old. So it's an old wheel. The wood has shifted. The wood has changed. It's going to do that naturally. That's the nature of wood. So now that the alignment is good and the whirl is working well, she's spinning well. The whirl is not rubbing here. You should be able to, and I was able to get it so that the nut was not rubbing on yours. I'm going to bring that other one in. And if just pushing it down is not working because of the different atmosphere or different humidity in your household, we may need to shim it. When you turn the tension knob on yours and move your mother of all forward and backward, it does shift back and forth a little bit. That's because the wood screw that I used for your wheel and the nut that I used to hold the mother of all on for the post, I modified the nut from an old antique wheel because I do not have the tools to make wooden threads. Tools or talent to make wooden threads yet. So I used an old one, and that one was slightly warped, so then you'll feel as you're turning it, it gets tight, and then it shifts over, and then it loosens up a little bit. It doesn't affect the spinning of the wheel. You could put it either spot, and it's not going to change the alignment enough to change how the wheel spins. It'll spin in either spot. You just have to adjust your tensioning that way. This one was built in 1896, and I know that because there's a mark on the table that says it was. Without this little piece of string, that mother of all is very free and easy and moves way too easily. In fact, it won't stay on. It throws its drive band. It just doesn't work. As soon as you start tensioning it, it does all sorts of things funny. Okay? So then, this one, if I turn it too far this way too, it also rubs. You can hear it rubbing right there. Okay? Same thing with this one. Back it off a bit. Turn this a bit. These are also compression fit. You don't want them nailed in. They need to be able to swivel slightly. For this one, I take a piece of string and I lay it across that post. Yours, you can't see it, but you could put a string across all the same. If you don't want to use a string, you can wrap a piece of paper around that post. Just a single layer of paper before you put the mother of all back on, and that'll work. You want the string going this way, not this way, as in this way. Because you want the grain of the wood runs this way. If you put it this way, then it's putting pressure on either side and can put a crack in the grain of the wood. If you run it with the grain your shim, it won't damage your wood and it won't crack. Okay, so that's on there. And then now it's good. But the same thing again, you want to be able to change your alignment. This one here, that's not in alignment. Now it's in alignment. And actually for this one, the front maiden is closer to the back of the wheel. The rear maiden is closer to the nose of the wheel. It just depends on the wheel. Each wheel is going to be slightly different. It's the nature of wheels. I'll show you how this string works. I'll take the camera off and show you how this string looks over the top, although you will not be able to see your string because the post only goes about 3/4 of the way up, and I didn't drill all the way through. So I'm just going to take the camera off, show you what this string looks like. Oh, can you see it there? Okay. And that's just basically up against the post. It puts a little bit more thickness there and allows it to hold it tight. You don't need more than that. You don't need a lot of it. It holds it tight, and that should get you up and going. Hopefully your wheel's up and going and you can enjoy it. Okay,